Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Again, it's been a hot minute since we did a video. Um, if you guys notice the environment, it seems a little different. That is because, just like I've been saying in the videos, it's just a couple of changes have been happening as of late. Now we have this room. So, gonna be some assortments done in the future. Some changes are gonna be done just so we can polish up the room a little bit, because this is still not the finished product, but it's pretty much like 90% there. So um, just so if you guys are wondering, what's been going on, and more in due time. But today, I'm very animated right now. I apologize. um, Today or tonight actually, I just watched the latest from Netflix, a film called Oxygen. I think we talked about it briefly on the channel. I'm not sure if we did. If not, I will definitely be making a recommendation up front because there's a lot of things to really like about this movie. But to set up the premise real quick, uh, Oxygen is a isolated thriller about a female who wakes up from cryosleep and has no memory of who she is. And you're wondering why it's the movie called Oxygen. Well, she's also losing oxygen rather quickly. So she needs to figure out how to get out of this little pad that she's in and figure out where she's at, who she is, how to get out in the span of like a few hours. And it is, we've seen that type of idea before of being isolated in a certain nature and you've only have a certain amount of time. Like, remember the film Buried with Ryan Reynolds? So there's similarities. Like, we've seen this type of story before, but it's done in a very different way. Believe me, this is not like Buried. Um, so, um, so the first thing that really struck me about Oxygen, obviously with the comparison to Buried, this is set in one location. So it's set all within this little thing that she is in. I don't want to spoil what it is because there's more to the story than it's letting on. And all I'll say is that she's in this little box, as she kind of refers to in the film. And um, it the way that they utilize it and the way that they just where the camera moves, like there's this point where it just pans out and it's just all black in the if you look at my TV, like it was all black, and the box itself was just right in the middle. um, it was really interesting perspectives, and like some points the camera's like turning around and we're seeing her like see her face, and we see the top of the box. We see close-ups, we see sides, we see just pretty much like all the stuff you would think to utilizing this space. Oxygen uses to its best, and in that they force themselves to get very creative, and I think that they're able to accomplish many things with the camera in that respect. Um, I also have to say that the lead performer was solid in the film. I really, because with that, this gives this performer a chance to show a little bit of her chops, and I have to say that she did a solid job. Um, this actress name, I've seen her before. It's Melanie Laurent. She was in the film Inglourious Basterds. She was the female in that film. Um, but and she's been in some other things there and there, but more or less, she was an enemy too. I'm just looking at her stuff right now. So she's been in a bunch of things. I personally had not known her, but um, yeah, and apparently Anne Hathaway is. That's crazy, really? No, that's not true. Yeah, that's not real. Okay. Yeah, Anne Hathaway is a. She was apparently had joined the cast. I'm just reading about the history right now, but apparently yeah. So she serves as a producer on the film, right? Okay, so yeah, so apparently the film had gone through a couple of changes over the course of the past months it was getting made. Apparently, Anne Hathaway at one point was going to star in the film, and then Naomi Watts, which one was it? Which Naomi? Naomi. By the way, if you hear my in the background, my little brother is just talking. But what was the name? Numi Rapis. I don't know how to say the name, but apparently she had joined, then replacing Anne Hathaway, and then eventually it came to Melanie Laurent, and um, she did a solid job in the film. She did a really, really solid job in the film, and just more or less though, I was very captivated by its concept. I don't want to spoil what the concept is because that there's a lot more to the film than the marketing is letting on. Um, and to the very end, you are thrilled. You are captivated. You're just questioning everything that is happening, and you're hoping for the best for this character because of the short amount of time that she has left. So you're hoping that everything will work out, and it's I won't spoil anything, but there are some definite there's some definite things about the film that are quite interesting and quite like you're getting the information as she is getting the information. It's all through her perspective, and you are she is when she is receiving certain information, or she is learning of certain things, or she is remembering of certain things. It is we are feeling that same emotion at that same particular moment as she is, and I love that. And basically, guys, to sum it up, I think that Oxygen was such a pleasure. It was just a thrilling experience, and it kept me thoroughly entertained, invested, and more importantly, like I said, it held some interesting spins to concepts that are, albeit familiar. We've seen these concepts before, but they're told in a way that only invested me, and it all takes place in one location. And from those achievements alone, and how engaged, shocked, and intrigued I was by it, it's a definite must see. I think you definitely need to see this. And I think that more or less, though, I was just very, very, how should I say it? I just was very much invested about learning more about this particular character and learning more about seeing what she learns, and the information that is given to us is quite interesting. And I really liked the direction of it and what they chose to do with certain elements. So please see it. It's a small film. I know a lot of people probably won't see it, but it is a definite must see. It's on Netflix. Go check it out. It's definitely something you need to go see.